Okay, a trigonometry question here, and I'm asked to find the length of this side, BD. The only problem is, if I look at this triangle, the triangle CBD, this one here, I only have an angle in that one, so I can't actually use this triangle yet. What I can do, though, if I look at the whole big triangle, so let's look at the entire thing, I can see that for the large triangle, I've got the hypotenuse, and I've got this angle here, 32 degrees. So I can actually use trigonometry in this triangle in order to work out the length of this side. So let's call this x. So if we look at the large pink triangle, if I just label the sides, this is my hypotenuse, as I've said. This is the opposite. The adjacent is down here, but I'm not interested in the adjacent, so forget that. Which of my three trig ratios uses opposite and hypotenuse? And I can see, if I just look at my SOHCAHTOA, the one that uses the opposite and hypotenuse is sine. So I can write that sine 32 degrees is equal to the opposite, well, that's x that I want, divided by the hypotenuse, which is 47. If I now multiply by 47, I can see that x is going to be 47 multiplied by sine 32. And if I work that out on my calculator, it comes out as 24.9062. Don't round that, because we're going to use that in the next part of the calculation. Okay, if I now look at, and I'll just draw it again, the triangle that I'm interested in, we're trying to find the length of DB. Let's call that y. I've now found the height here, which is 24.9062. I'm going to keep that in my memory on my calculator or just on the screen, and I know that this one is 51 degrees. So if I relabel the sides again, if I have this is my hypotenuse, here's the opposite, and the adjacent here is y. Now again, I need to decide which of the ratios I'm going to use. I'm not interested in the hypotenuse this time, so I'm looking for the one that uses the opposite and the adjacent, which is TOA, in other words, tan. So I can now write that tan, or 51 degrees, is equal to the opposite, well, that's the 24.906 that I've saved in the memory of the calculator, divided by y. Now I need to be careful. If I need to find y, I'm going to have to multiply both sides by y. So I now know that y times tan 51 is going to equal my 24.906. So y will be 24.906 divided by tan 51. And if you work that out, it comes out as 20.1686, etc. And if I then round it to the three significant figures required, that's going to come out as 20 point, I'm going to chop off after the 1, but the 1 rounds up to a 2, so it comes out as 20.2 meters.